Alright, welcome back once again, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we dicked around in the monastery.
Now we'll be continuing viewing, I guess, support.
Yeah. We'll start with... God, why
I'd
Sylvain?
better avoid the training grounds. I swear, His Highness never sleeps. You're up
He doesn't
late,
sleep.
Sylvain. Is it safe to assume you've been wildly carousing with women? I'm afraid that behavior simply will not do. Ah, Your Highness! Hello. No, I was not wildly carousing with women. There was only the one. Let's just forget you saw me. Agreed? Unfortunately, I can't do that. It's time someone talked some sense into you. And it seems the task has fallen to me. Sylvain, I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself at night. But you must learn the art of moderation.
I thought he was about to have
Again
to talk
and
with
again,
him.
you end up wandering the streets until the early morning. Okay, I get it. I don't need one of your lectures. I've got them all memorized anyway. I promise I'll be better in the future. I'll stop going out at night, I'll focus more on my studies, and in return, you'll go into town with me, and we'll invite some cute girls to dinner. Shall we shake on it? The way your mind works absolutely confounds me. How did you even arrive at such a notion? You need to get out more. Naive and uptight is no way to live your life. Naive and uptight? Yes, well, compared to you, I imagine I'm downright run-of-the-mill. I'm not so sure. Most men are experienced enough to know not to give a dagger to the girl they... Will you never let that rest? It was many years ago. Perhaps a good knock on the head will help you to finally forget about it. With your brute strength, a knock on the head could knock the life right out of me. You'd better watch that temper, Your Highness. So how about this? I'll try to behave, and you'll try to loosen up. If I do as you wish, will you truly promise to improve your behavior? What'd I just say? Of course I'll behave. A Knight of Fargus never goes back on his word. What about you? I want to see you with a girl on your arm. I am a man of my word. I will attempt to do as you ask. But you had better uphold your end of the bargain as well. Seriously?
I
Yeah.
think Dimitri
I'll
has
believe
a
it when he
canonical wife,
introduces me
but
to
I
the
don't
lucky girl.
remember who it is.
Oh, Dimitri, you always take
I think there's an
the
official
silliest
canon ending
things
for this game.
very seriously. This should be fun.
But if I knew that, frickin', I'd be following on this playthrough. I have no idea. But yeah, I think Tales of Vesperia teaches us why you don't bring the goody two-shoes knight with you when prowling the town.
Yeah.
And this sucks to be Raven. So this will be a fun one.
At this time of year, the fish are fat. Simply grilling them will bring out their best flavor. Steaming them with herbs is delicious too.
Is every conversation with Dedue just going to be cooking time with Dedue?
Probably.
Wow, you know a lot about this. I'm learning so much from you, Dedue. Were you a cook at the castle in Ferdiad?
No.
Did your family own an eatery of some kind?
Do you think Dedue's going to ask for the lamb sauce?
Probably
No.
not.
I
My
seem
sister
a little
and
too
I
stoic.
helped with cooking at home.
Wow, that's all? I thought I was confident about my skills.
Holy crap,
But
getting
next to
backstory
you,
on
I feel
Dedue.
like an amateur. Hey, could you give me some advice about other kinds of meat besides fish?
Ash,
Yes, Dedue?
why do you spend time with me?
We're
Well,
friends,
you just cut
right?
straight to the point.
I just want to get to know you better. Is that so odd?
I am from Dusker.
And?
So, look at me. I came from a life of poverty. I was lucky to even be let in here to study with all these high-class people. I think we have a lot in common.
Being poor and being from Dusker.
I was going to say, is that racist?
Things.
Oh, I know. But we can still be friends, can't we?
You are a peculiar person.
So I'm told.
I guess the point Ash was going for is neither of them are exactly nobles of this land.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Ash, Let's do the one with the net.
Oh, Ash, are you here to study too?
I am. It's quiet here. Easier to concentrate.
It really is. Hey, would you like to study together? We can help each other out if we get stuck.
Oh, yes. We'll get a lot more done working together.
Okay.
Uh,
This.
What's the matter, Ash?
This question's got me stumped. A ballista inside a castle is ready to fire at enemies outside. What angle should be used for the shot? Assume the ballista is the same as those in Garreg Mach. Ignore the effects of wind. This is for defensive strategy, isn't it? Why is it so complicated? Don't you just aim and fire?
Well, you need to aim up depending
It
on
may help to focus on maximizing target accuracy to reduce your miss rate. To start, let's sort out the setup. Let's see. Using these ballista specifications, if the ballista corals follow this trajectory, they'll hit the enemy lines, right?
Oh, that makes sense, because the enemy line will be here.
That's it! Okay, now try using that same technique and applying it to this other problem.
If the walls are this high and the enemy lines are at that distance... Oh, I think I see!
I knew you'd get it.
Wow, I didn't expect
It's
math
bad
of
for
all
our
things to
archer
be
not to
useful
be
in a
good at
siege.
shooting at long-range
This is tough.
targets.
Yeah.
Numbers are not my strong suit. But this really is the sort of thing you have to know if you want to command troops.
That's
Was
true.
I saying, numbers
but
aren't
not
your strong
everyone is
suit?
good with numbers. That's why
Former
the
thief?
tacticians do these calculations for us, or prepare them before we go to battle. A century ago, the Empire's mathematicians played a huge role in the Battle of the Wall of Fodlan.
I
What?
had no idea. Hey, you really know what you're
Battle
doing,
what?
Annette.
You think
The
so?
who?
Definitely. You've
Yeah, these
obviously done a lot of
naturally
studying.
for a little
I
while.
really admire that.
I suppose
Sometimes
I
it just goes, but...
Studying is a necessity
Yeah.
if you want the advantage over your enemies. But necessity aside, it's nice to hear you say that.
Yeah, we'll just waste some time doing these. The good old, this is gonna be a weird one.
Oh no, this isn't right. Now what am I supposed to do?
These are not characters
What's
I
the
would
matter,
have hanging
Mercedes?
out with each other.
I accidentally made this food much sweeter than I wanted.
So give it to Lysethia.
Yeah, a little sweet. What if we try adding a few spices?
Huh? This is delicious! You're an amazing cook, Ash!
My dad used to own a restaurant. I helped out a lot around the kitchen, even as a little kid.
Wait,
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility
really?
to take on at an early age. No wonder you always work so hard.
Huh.
I might learn something if I watch you cook.
Well, no promises. I just have a little bit of experience, that's all. But look at you, you're great at baking cakes.
It's true that I'm quite good at baking, but I'm not the best when it comes to seasoning. Maybe it's because I don't like spicy food? It's tough to make food taste good when you don't enjoy it. I just had an idea. If the reason I can't cook spicy food is because I don't like it, then all I have to do is eat some spicy food. If I learn to like it, then I'll be good at making it, right?
I don't know, maybe. What makes you say
Hmm.
that?
No, none of that matters. Once I've made a decision, I have to go with it. I'll make something spicy right away.
Please don't force
This
yourself.
won't end well.
We don't need to walk into the next mission.
Bigger
Our
mess.
healer is out for the count.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ash, which seasonings should I use? These ones?
Hold on,
I
Mercedes. Let me
remember-
show you.
Well,
That one goes best with...
Mercedes does have a
Right,
mission,
what you really
but
want
I
is this.
think you need Caspar for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, sometimes there are characters that need other characters for those. It's a weird combination, and yeah. Like, you need Leon... To do Leone's, you need Lindhart.
Hmm.
And that's because, like, Leone wants to get, I think, a bow, and Lindhart's like, oh, I know about an ancient bow in legend.
Hmm.
Yeah. So sometimes you need these weird pairings.
Hey, Annette, hitting the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now. Could you keep quiet for a bit?
How can you stay focused reading a book that thick? With such small print? Is some of that text upside down?
If I use the formula in this line here, the magical energy should... No, that's not right.
You're even cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Sylvain, I'm serious. Please be quiet.
Hang on. Look at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said the... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean, it's written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it. Have you read this book before?
No.
Nope, this is the first time. Okay, now that I look at it... Wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
And what's your take on this part here?
It's just describing another application for the same formula. This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing. I've been studying magic for a while now, but even I have trouble with this stuff.
Don't praise
You
him.
think all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
I can label multiple
That's
people
easy for you to say.
would, you know,
You're strong and smart with
would set you on
flying.
fire for saying
It's not
stuff
fair.
like that. Most of them actually are the mages of
I'm sorry.
each house.
I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cute when you're sulking. You know that?
What is wrong with you?
Hey, I just got lucky with that stuff in the book. I'd normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
I'm trying to think who actually would
Got
be the
lucky,
smartest
I'm
student
not so
here.
sure about that. Well, that
Linhart's pretty good. He's
might be
just
tough,
lazy.
but I won't accept second place. Let's
Like,
go, Mia.
Linhart is incredibly smart.
I'm
The
gonna
problem
finish this
is
book
he has
before sundown.
absolutely no motivation to do anything he doesn't care about. So instead, he'll just kind of sleep. He'll even sleep through some classes, but... Anyway, we apparently got Ingrid and Annette to B rank, so...
What's the matter, Annette? You look upset.
I'm just so sorry. I had no idea.
I'm not
Oh.
sure I follow. Take a breath. What's going on?
Well, I was really curious about why you're not interested in things like makeup. So I asked some of our friends about it, and...
Oh, I see. I imagine they mentioned that my family was fairly poor, and they probably also mentioned that I lost my fiancé. Correct?
You had a
they
fiance?
did. I'm so sorry. It was thoughtless of me to try pushing those things on you.
It's perfectly fine, Annette. It's true, my family
I've gotten you to
struggled
A rank,
financially.
and I don't think you've ever
It
mentioned
wasn't
that.
easy growing up, but it taught me values I wouldn't have learned otherwise. And we weren't so poor that I consider myself deprived. I'm sure my family would have bought me makeup if I had wanted it, but it never mattered enough to me. Not then, and not now.
Oh, so you just never sought that stuff out?
Never. While I acknowledge it can be fun, fussing over my outward appearance isn't an instinct of mine. When I was younger, I'd usually be found covered in dirt, bugs in my hair, and a big smile on my face. Things haven't changed too much since. Then, when my fiancé passed on, my priorities shifted even further. It reminded me of what's most important in life. Beyond that,
Who's this fiance of yours?
it's hard to think of
Wait,
things
what?
changing without
Okay,
being
I'm
around
going to
today.
take a stab and guess who it is, but I can't say who it is because that's plot important to another
Talking to
character.
you has helped me realize it's okay to loosen up and enjoy those things if I want. So, thank you.
Me? Oh, I didn't do anything at all. Except pester.
More importantly, do you notice anything different about me today?
Yes. It's very subtle, but I could tell right away that you were using that makeup I gave you.
You could? Ah, that makes me happy. I was trying to apply it just how you showed me.
You did great. And it really suits you.
I think there's a lot I can learn from you, Annette. You've helped me embrace a lighter side of life I quite like.
It's my pleasure. Ooh, this is so great. Want to go shopping to celebrate?
Shopping? would we buy? That sounds so overwhelming.
You can go shopping for weaponry.
Here's a dress I've been eyeing for a while.
Um,
I'm certain it will complement your pretty eyes. Just leave it to me, Ingrid. I'll make you the most fabulous knight this world has ever seen.
Well, that does sound fun. I look forward to it.
huh. Ingrid wearing a dress doesn't really strike me as something she would do. Anyway, time for a nice little...
Here, Ash. Here to do some reading as well, I take it? Ash?
Huh, Ingrid, you gave me a start. How long have you been standing there?
Not too long. Apologies for startling you. Must be a great book for you to be so deeply engrossed in it. What has you so captivated?
Oh, it's quite an old book. One of the really old legends of Fargus.
Aha! It must be the Sword of Kaifon then, yes?
Oh, so you know it.
Oh yes. I know it quite well. I read it often as a child. In fact, I read it so much that my personal copy fell apart. I brought it everywhere with me. I adore that book. The tale of the warrior Kaifon, whose devotion and loyalty enabled his best friend Luke to become king. He went to great lengths to see things through.
Exactly. I love the image of him charging forward into the fray, ready to take on any obstacle in the name of his king.
Oh!
Indeed, he was the very picture of the perfect knight. In my opinion, the best chapter is right around the middle of the book.
This is what
The part
their
about the
supports
war
are
of the
about.
eagle and lion?
Hmm.
It's my favorite part.
They're gushing
In
about
a
their
flash,
favorite book.
Kaifon's sword flew from its scabbard.
It's actually
The
pretty
knight
nice.
parried the assassin's blade mere inches from the spine of his king.
Kaifon's blade hummed like the wind, slashing the enemy's throat. In mere moments, their forces lay vanquished, decimated by his mighty blows. I can recite the entirety of it if you like. I never grow weary of that tale, the pinnacle of knighthood, with all its struggles and glory.
I know just what you mean. I never get tired of it. Some people laugh at me for reading these old tales, but I'll never outgrow them. I'm glad to find someone who shares my enthusiasm.
I'm glad of it as well. Tell me, what other books do you enjoy, Ash?
Well, the first one I ever read was Lug and the Maiden of Wind.
You have fantastic taste. That story is another favorite. The final chapter makes me tear up every time.
I know. When I first read it, I just couldn't get that ending out of my head.
It seems we have much in common. I look forward to chatting again sometime.
I'd love
Yep.
to. Yes, let's.
Alright, that clear... What? Who am I missing? It says there's still supports. Who still support need?
Might just be a visual bug.
Maybe. Oh.
Oh,
Like
other houses, okay.
We had them eat together once. Sure. Have the golden deer hang out.
Marianne, there you are. Lysithia, what's all this commotion? What's happening? There's been an accident at the training grounds. A spell gone amok. Come on, we need all the help we can get over there. Oh no, but I don't know how we could really use your help before things get out of hand. Come on, hurry. I don't think I would be much help. Oh, for the goddess's sake, you won't know unless you try, will you? Don't decide you're of no use without even giving it a shot. Fine then, forget it. I'll go on my own. You can just stand here and stare at the wall. I'm sorry, I can't do anything right. Oh, perhaps I took it too far. Hey, Marianne, do you have a minute? about all the stuff I said earlier. The situation was urgent, and I'll admit I wasn't thinking clearly. I shouldn't have been so callous. I hurt your feelings, didn't I? No, it's fine. I'm the one to blame. Huh? But hey, are you sure you're all... I'm the one who should apologize. All I did was get in your way. You would have made it to the training grounds much sooner if I hadn't slowed you down. Huh? Wait a second. It's all my fault. It's always my fault. The accident was probably my fault too. So negative. I don't know what to say.
How could you have been the reason for a magic spell gone awry?
Yeah.
I know why you think it is, but that reason's bullshit. Alright, battle time. Oh, these both suck. Guess we'll go for the plateau. Yep, we got Steel Sword Plus, which I should probably give to either Byleth or Felix. Yeah, Felix won it. He can have it.
Yeah.
Yes, battle on the plateau. Alright, inventories. Byleth is using... Oh, Byleth isn't even using the Steel Sword. Who the fuck is using the Steel Sword? Did we not get a Steel Sword?
She has one.
Oh, she is equipped with it. For some reason I didn't... It was in the... that's why. Because I was only looking at the items, not the actually equipped it. Alright. Well, in that case, we'll huck that, and you can have the Steel Sword Plus. Because you earned it. Good job. Okay, Petra is in here. So, let's check our units. And... Actually, you know what? We'll make this whole episode just a bunch of random supports. So yeah, next time we'll engage in the battle on the plateau.
I don't think we're set up too poorly right now. So.
Yeah. Not really. I might move Petra closer to Byleth. Might switch to and Petra, but yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys then.